Hey guys, so it's been a very long time since I came on here and put up a video. I believe it's been about 17 weeks. My last video was in January. So I'm just going to get right into it. This is my labor and delivery video. I don't know why I always get that word jumbled, delivery. My labor and delivery video. Um, so Austin Francis Banks was born on March 13th, 2013 at 8:24 a.m. I'll start by saying that my labor was a little bit longer than with Phoenix. It didn't start to get very intense until the last stage of labor, um, which is when the contractions get closer and closer together, um, but they're a bit longer. I'm not sure if that's entirely correct, but for me, that's how it was. So on March 12th, around 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, my water started to break. And I say it started to break because when I went to the bathroom at work, it started to trickle. So once I noticed that, I hurried back to my desk to finish up some work, send out my last email to let them know that another person can handle it, if need be, from totally different unit than mine. But if they need it in a rush, then someone else is going to have to deal with it. So I called my mom. I told her to meet me at the train station because she wanted to know, would you like some company on the train? So, she met me at the station, and I told her, I said, my water started to break, and she froze. And I was like, it only broke a little bit. I feel fine. There are no contractions, no nothing. But I remembered that with Phoenix, I was sitting on my sofa having some dinner, and my water cup, right, it broke with me just standing up. So I was thinking in my head, oh my gosh, I hope if I get a seat on this train, um, my water doesn't break when I stand up, or my water doesn't break while I'm sitting on the train, or what have you. A lot of those things started going through my mind, but I didn't want to get my mom too excited. So I just kind of played it cool. But thankfully, thank God, we made it home without any accidents. I did get a seat on the train. Somebody, a lovely lady, actually gave up their seat for me. Um, so we got home. I didn't. I just kind of relaxed, hung out around the house. There are no contractions happening, so I figured I would just go back to work the next day and continue working on my project. So around early that morning, I woke up because I thought I felt some water, and I did because my water continued to break, and it was um, about 3 o'clock in the morning. It continued to break. I got up, I went to the bathroom. Um, it continued to break, so I started getting um, Austin's bag packed because I hadn't packed his bag, and that's a reason why I didn't continue to do any videos because I was so busy. I wasn't as prepared as I was with Phoenix. Um, I didn't even have my backpack, but let me show you the bag that I took for him. This is the bag that I took. It's a Skip Hop bag by Jonathan Adler, one of his designs on it. And to show you, I didn't even have a blanket, but I knew the hospital would provide us with a blanket, so this is the blanket they gave us. It's a 8 and a 9 Muslim blanket, which I absolutely love. I have some of these for Phoenix, and these are great to swaddle your babies in. So I have one of those, and this bag I actually got from the last Big City Moms baby shower that took place in New York City. Um, so that was the bag I packed from. I packed a hospital outfit. I packed a going home outfit, some socks, mittens, nail clippers, maybe 2 or 3 diapers, and that was it. I didn't even pack for myself. So once his bag was packed, I continued on um, getting Phoenix's things together. I made her bottles, I put her clothes together, and all this was happening at my parents' house because that's where we were staying for about 2 or 3 weeks at that time because, if anything happened, I didn't want to have to be in a building where um, I'd have to use the elevator to get downstairs, and I just wanted to walk out to the car from my house. So that's why we were staying at my parents' house. So I got her things together. I called the doctor because the contractions started getting a little bit more intense. When I say a little bit more intense, I just kind of paused for a second to let it happen. I was still able to stand. I didn't have to really hold on to anything because it just wasn't that strong. Um, but I did call the doctor at about, I would say 5. I would say called her around 5:30, and just let them know what was going on. She asked me how dilated I was at my last appointment. I told her I was dilated about 3 to 4 centimeters, and she told me, well, come on in because you don't want to get stuck in rush hour traffic. So we took Phoenix over to Lucy's house, and what happened? My contractions started to get a little bit stronger, and my dad, I think, was just so focused on getting me to the hospital and not having the baby in the backseat of his truck or his SUV. So my dad is zooming. I mean, from the time we left Lucy's house, I don't think my dad stopped at one red light. We were about to get on the FDR. The FDR was packed, bumper to bumper traffic, rush hour New York City traffic. So we took Lexington, we went over to Park, didn't stop at any of the red lights, and I was just praying that we didn't get pulled over by the police because I really wanted to get to the hospital. So long story short, we got to the hospital. Um, when we got to the hospital, the security guard got me a wheelchair. He took us straight to the back. Actually, he followed us because we got to the elevator and we saw a line because they're still doing construction on NYU Medical Center, and there was a long line of employees waiting to get upstairs. He took us back to the back elevators and said, no, let's go back this way. He called up as an emergency call to let them know that a patient was coming. Of course, they knew I was coming. I got up there. They took all of my information. They put me in the patient waiting area to clean up a room. They put me in the room. I was at that point. I just wanted to lay down and relax. But when they checked me, actually I'll get to that a little bit later. So they're hooking up an IV. I'm sweating so much. They have to take the IV out and put it someplace else. But they didn't take the entire. They left the needle in. They didn't take the entire IV out, and they just put an IV in another spot on my arm that wasn't as sweaty as the crease of my elbow. So the nurses say, well, we have our morning meeting to go to. Let us know if anything is happening, which they're monitoring, so they know. But I was just like, what? You leaving me? And I'm just like, don't go. At that point, it was probably after 7, and the contractions were coming on very, very, very strong. I was in a lot of pain. Finally, my OB got there, which is Dr. Mari, and love her, love her, love her. Very, very strict, but I like it that way. So she checked me. She said, oh, well, you're 7 centimeters. Let me go check on another patient, and I'll be right back. And I'm thinking, what? Why is everyone leaving me? So by the time she got back and she checked me, I'm holding on to a nurse because Christopher had stepped aside. I'm holding on to her shirt. I told her, don't leave. And I'm just getting through the pain. Greatest way to get through pain, you blow out the candles. This is what the nurse taught me to do. If you don't do anything else during your labor, blow out the candles once your contractions start to occur. So I'm blowing out the candles, blowing out the candles. They told me to slow down. You're going to hyperventilate. Slow down. And it actually eased the pain. It really did ease the pain. I didn't get to do my little pressure point here where if you pinch right in between here, it kind of eases the pain also, but that went out of my mind. So I'm blowing out the candles, And finally, when Dr. Mari returned, she's like, "Oh, you're 9 centimeters. You're gonna get ready to push." So Christopher turned around. Um, my mom turned around and she looked at the mom. She said, "Oh, you're having a contraction." I said, "Oh, yes, it's yes." I said, "I have to push. I have to push. I have to push." So she said, "Go ahead and push." And with one push, I know I didn't want to have another contraction. He came out in one push, and it was the most relaxing thing ever. Oh, it relaxed me so. I still felt the pain of the contractions happening, because everything happened so fast, but I was so happy to just have him out already. They put him directly on my chest. Within a few moments, he started nursing. They So they let him nurse for a little while, and they took him to clean him up, and then they brought him back to nurse a little bit more. So he stayed with me for about 45 minutes to an hour. Everything went so fast. My mom and Christopher turned around and thought, "He's already here? What are you talking?" They didn't see him come out at all because it just happened that fast. Um, but it was a great experience. I don't ever want to do it again though. It was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Childbirth is a very beautiful experience. And if anyone can go through it at least once, go through it at least once if you can and if you want to. Not everybody wants to have kids, but if you want to and if you are able to, I say go for it. But another one for me is not in the works at all. Never, ever again. But everything was great. The cleaning ladies came. They thought, "Oh my God, you were just in the patient waiting room, and here you are with the baby so fast." And I thought, "You think that was fast? I don't think that was fast. It was just painful." And, they laughed. We had a few chuckles. They continued cleaning. Um, and yeah, that's my labor and delivery video. I know it's very long, but in reality, it was very, very short. Anyway, in another video, I will tell you guys about my hospital stay. Um, yeah, I'll tell you about my hospital stay at NYU Medical Center and a few other things that I have coming up and that are in the works for you guys. Anyway, see you later, guys. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and rate, comment, whatever you want to do with this video. Thanks. Bye.